Every relationship hides a story, and every story carries pain. Welcome to Cheating Stories Insights, where truth bleeds through words. The email came first. Cold text on a bright screen. Her name on the header. A restraining order filed. The words blurred for a moment, but I kept my hands steady. Emotionally abusive, it said. Not violent, not physical. Just a vague accusation sharpened to pierce everything I'd built. My crime? Questioning why she spent so many late nights working. Questioning why her phone tilted away when I entered the room. Questioning why the same name kept reappearing. Her ex-lover, the man who never truly left the shadow of our marriage. Now she'd written me into a villain, and the court would believe her, at least for now. I didn't argue. Didn't call, didn't storm. I simply closed the laptop and began dismantling everything. The silence of the house mocked me. She was gone, of course, staying elsewhere, maybe with him. Maybe laughing at how easily she'd drawn blood. I walked room to room, and the details turned sharp in my mind. The untouched wine glass. The bills she left scattered across the counter. Receipts I'd paid for dinners I was never invited to. Clothes folded with care. Perfume lingering like a ghost. I realized then that the betrayal wasn't sudden. It had been slow, precise. Months of carving me out of her world until I was only the obstacle left to erase. Still, I didn't rage. Rage is noise, and noise makes mistakes. I would be quiet, methodical. I went first to the accounts. Every card with my name attached, closed. Every joint balance drained into a place only I could reach. The accounts she used most, her lifelines, her illusions of independence, frozen in an instant. Then the business loan. She'd been building a practice, a law firm she said would be hers, but it wasn't. The loan, the capital, the guarantees, all of it came from me, from my signature, my trust. I called the bank, calm, detached, and within minutes it was gone. No fireworks, no warning, just absence. 3 days later, the phone rang. I let it vibrate on the desk, watching her lawyer's name pulse across the screen. A man who thought his charm and degree could outmaneuver me. When I finally answered, his voice carried forced politeness, strained urgency. "Look, we need to talk." I said nothing. "She may have acted rashly," he continued, "but if we could negotiate—" The desperation in his tone betrayed everything. They had expected me to fight the restraining order, to claw at it, to bleed. Instead, I had pulled the floor out from beneath them. They were scrambling now. I ended the call without a word. The truth arrived in fragments. A friend of a friend, a message not meant for me. A photo of her with him, smiling in the way she used to smile with me. I studied it, not with heartbreak, but with a cold detachment. She wasn't even careful. The lies weren't clever. I realized then it wasn't about him, not really. He was only a vessel for her escape. What she wanted was power. To humiliate me. To claim independence she never earned. To paint me as the abuser while she siphoned the life I built. But power requires leverage, and she had none left. The confrontation never needed shouting. When we met across the table, legal documents spread between us, her eyes searched mine, expecting anger, expecting weakness. I gave her nothing. "I know about him," I said simply, "and I don't care." Her mask faltered, just slightly. "What I do care about," I continued, sliding the cancellation notice for the loan across the table, "is that you'll never use my name, my credit, or my money again." Her lawyer shifted uncomfortably. She reached for words, excuses, anything. But I stayed silent. Sometimes silence is the loudest weapon. The fallout was quick. Without the loan, her firm collapsed. Without the accounts, she was forced back to the shadows of dependence she swore she'd outgrown. Without my reaction, her accusations dried up in court, transparent under scrutiny. The restraining order dissolved. She remained with nothing but the ashes of her performance. I didn't chase her downfall. I only removed the scaffolding she thought permanent and watched her tower crumble under its own weight. And the weeks that followed, I found an odd calm. Not peace, not forgiveness, just clarity. The betrayal still burned, but not in the way she intended. It didn't consume me. It carved me clean. Showed me how much of myself I'd given away for the illusion of loyalty. Now, when I think of her, I don't see the woman I married. I see the strategist who thought she could rewrite me, who mistook restraint for weakness, who mistook love for blindness. She was wrong. Her last message came late one night, short, almost pleading. "Can we talk?" I deleted it without reply. Because the truth is simple. I don't negotiate with ghosts, and she is already gone.